ESPN, Stillwater, Oklahoma, Boone Pickens Stadium. Light crowd with a coaching change this past week. And Baylor in town. Bears won the toss. They've elected to defer. Oklahoma State will start with a football. Returnable but bobble. Scooped up by Sam Jackson. He's got nowhere to go to the 11-yard line and forced out of bounds. As Oklahoma State playing its first game without Mike Gundy as an OC or head coach since November 25th, 2000. Now, once upon a time, it was as prolific as any offense in the Big 12, but OSU was down bad. Just 15 total points in their last 3 games against FBS teams. Zane Flores said it best this week. We're not going to win games scoring 12 points. That's what they did in the loss Friday against Tulsa. And an early whistle.
Previous plays under further review to see if someone made a signal. Fair catch.
So we're going to check this, see if there was a fair catch signaled. And there was definitely something off with Jackson in that return.
Well, I think they're obviously hoping that there's someone waving their hand to call a fair catch in order to get this ball up to the 25-yard line instead of starting at the 11. Yeah, right there with the right hand.
And that is Sessi Vilahi that apparently did call for the fair catch. That will change everything if this is overturned.
Talk about an offense that's trying to score more points. You never want to start inside your own 20-yard line, just a long way to go. Let's take one more look at the wave. Look at the right arm, number 3, waves. Still would love better communication between 2 of those players back there.
And there is the interim head coach, Doug Meacham, first-year offensive coordinator for Oklahoma State. Proud moment for him. He understands the responsibility. He was actually an offensive lineman for Oklahoma State. Used to pave the way for Mike Gundy and the Oklahoma State offense. What's important for Doug Meacham in a game like this?
Motivation. I think that's the biggest thing right now. The games you've seen them lose this year, especially the one against Oregon, you're hearing all the negativity in the press from friends, from other students on campus about just how bad the season's already started. Got to keep them motivated in the first and second quarter.
After further review, Oklahoma State, number 3, gave a fair catch signal. They muffed the ball and possessed it at the 3-yard line. It'll be Oklahoma State's ball, 1st and 10 from the 3-yard line in the middle of the field.
Wow, so even worse. We thought initially out of bounds at the 11, now backed up to the 3-yard line for Zane Flores, making his 3rd straight start. Haas Haney injured in the 3rd drive of the season for Oklahoma State. He was the big ticket item in the offseason, landed from TCU in the transfer portal.
Right now, something they've struggled with this offensive line, just being able to run the football, just say, hey, big boys up front, we're just going to call a run play, not an RPO, nothing like that, not tag it, just line up and run the football. And they're going against a Baylor defense that is now healthy up front. We're really excited to see what they can do defensively.
Rodney Fields, a tailback, number 20 in orange, coming off his first career 100 rushing yard performance. Fields gives it to him. He's got space, beats one tackle. Rodney Fields to the open field and down to the 35-yard line. Just what the doctor ordered, 32 yards.
When you're backed up, you just want to get out of your own end zone for your punter, but if you can get massive yards with a great run, get to the 3rd level, make a safety miss.
Flores showing the run. This is where you saw some flashes against Tulsa last Friday.
Let's take a look back at the first play. Bounce, a really nice job by the offense line, the entire right side. And then when you get to the one-on-one to the 2nd and 3rd level, we always say this, that's your opportunity to earn your scholarship. Make one man miss, and it's an explosive run.
That's missed tackle number 48 on the season for the Baylor defense. Only Kansas and West Virginia with more in the Big 12. Empty for Flores for the 2nd straight snap. And it's the dump down, tipped up and bobbled by Josh Ford. Fortunately for the Polks, incomplete.
It's going to be an offense that wants to check, especially with a mobile quarterback, and this is a Baylor defense that has struggled against quarterback run this season. If they're able to get numbers in there, watch for Zane to take off and run when things aren't open. Right there, found his check down. Would love a little bit more of an accurate pass to the tight end. But his legs in these third down situations are going to be key.
Sam Levitt for Arizona State haunted them on the ground in scramble situations. The loss last week. Floors pressure in the face, got blasted, and that one is broken up by Keaton Thomas, the unquestioned leader of this Baylor defense that is down one of their top linebackers, Travion Barnes.
Bringing pressure, you're going to get one-on-one with the talented linebacker who this coaching staff just raves about. Sideline to sideline, you'll see him making plays. They feel good with him covering running backs out of the backfield as well. And a nice stop defensively after giving up that explosive run on the first play of the game.
Big leg of Wes Paul comes out. 6 in the FBS with an average hang time of 4.3 seconds. These punts refuse to come down. Josh Cameron struggled with ball security last week. Secures that and a neck tackle and dropped at the 22-yard line. So the Baylor offense, they've got all Big 12 caliber threats at quarterback, running back, receiver, and tight end, but simply not firing on all cylinders yet. 7 turnovers. Only West Virginia with more in the Big 12.
Well, I think it's a big thing. I think when you look at what they're doing offensively, throwing the football, running the football, doing a good job, just comes down to protecting it. Last week, 3 turnovers were the costly difference between winning and losing that game against Arizona State. They know they got to take care of the football going down here in the middle of the season.
Sawyer Robertson, Mike Leach's protege. He will throw it all over the park. And immediately finding Cole Wilson slipping out of a tackle, spinning to the 45-yard line. And Cole Wilson has a catch in 36 straight games, 3rd longest in the FBS.
The thing I love about this offense is every single one of these receivers has the ability to do that, catch the football, make a defender miss, and turn a 3-yard catch into an explosive pass play.
24 yards. Oh, by the way, they've got the leading rusher in the Big 12. Bryson Washington taking bodies to the 35-yard line. No one is better in the Big 12 in yards after contact.
Well, and that's what I talk about. Like the offense, there's really not a lot of issues. Like, yes, they would love to get this running game going a little bit more to create some opportunities for a safety to come in the box and throw some shots down the field, but it's a fun offense to watch and a good start so far.
Washington in motion. Robertson to throw. In rhythm, wide open, Cole Wilson, end zone. Baylor on the board.
Well, that was easy, Lowell. Just moved the ball right down the field, running it, throwing it. Fled the zone. Cole Wilson using his speed on the wheel route, gets wide open to the sideline. And the biggest thing, too, Sawyer Robinson just sitting in there in the pocket, doing what he does best. Straight drop back, finding the open receiver, and that was as efficient as it could have possibly been for the Bears to get this game going offensively.
A lot of Cole Wilson, sprinkle in some Bryson Washington with the physical run, and it is a 3-play, 78-yard touchdown drive that took 1 minute and 11 seconds off the board.
Well, this is an offense that can score and can score fast, and they moved right down the field, led by their star quarterback. The Bears are up 7-0 early in the first quarter.
Welcome back to Stillwater. Baylor finding the end zone, 7-0. Welcome to Stillwater, Oklahoma. See a change here in the land of the Cowboys. Loa Galindo with Aaron Murray, Lawrence Sisler on the field. Last Friday, Oklahoma State lost to Tulsa. A lot of fans wondering if it was just a matter of time before Mike Gundy was shown the door. Well, on Monday, Coach Gundy was defiant in his press conference, said he was staying and turning things around. Tuesday, an abrupt change of plans as Oklahoma State fired Gundy 3 games into his 21st season and what is a legendary career. And I think the mullet and the visor, he's here just incognito.
He's incognito. Yeah, definitely missing him here today in Stillwater. Hopefully this offense gets going here on their second drive.
Doug Meacham, OSU alum, interim head coach, getting tricky with things here and throwing it back to Trent Howland. Now, Oklahoma State botched the opening kick, started with the football at the 3-yard line. Rodney Fields, the breakout star from last week, had a 27-yard gain, but then it was a punt. Baylor got the football, and it took them 3 plays to go the length of the field to find the end zone with Cole Wilson from Sawyer Robertson. 2nd and 5 here for Zane Flores, making his 3rd straight start. Flores throwing on the run, and that is too high for Will Money, transfer from Utah State.
Well, this is an offense right now, Cole, that they're searching for explosive plays down the field. They're trying to find that playmaker, and it's going to be with one of their outside receivers, their X or their Z. They play right and left offensively, so those guys have to be able to win some one-on-ones because Baylor likes to play what we call a quarters coverage, which creates a lot of one-on-ones and opportunities on the outside.
3rd and 5. Rodney Fields in motion. Flores looking that way, locked in, now will scramble and squeezes through for the first down. The second time the Cowboys move the chains today.
Everything's covered down the field. Flores doing a nice job. You see his feet and his eyes. I love to see that. He's going 1 to 2 to 3. No one's open in my progression. Take off and run.
Quick throw, screen to the right side. The former quarterback, Sam Jackson. That's right, quarterback at Cal and TCU, receiver last season at Auburn.
Go back to the previous run, though. This is a theme defensively for Baylor. All eyes. You're going to see a little bit more zone coverage in this game. Make sure eyes are on the quarterback in known passing situations.
Into the belly of Rodney Fields, patient. He was a leading receiver and rusher in the loss Friday against Tulsa, which ultimately doomed Mike Gundy. Doug Meacham taking over as the interim head coach. First season being the OC here at Oklahoma State. Knows the program well. He was an offensive lineman for Mike Gundy and their playing days together. His message to his guys, simple. Let it fly, have fun. 3rd and long. Flores delivering a strike. Royal Capel makes the catch, and a second first down on this drive.
It starts with the offensive line up front. They do a really good job of giving protection. Let's just go through it right now. It's a 5-man protection. You've got a quarterback that's 4 hitching up into the pocket. That's what you love as a quarterback, when the front of the pocket is nice and firm and I can hitch up, because I don't care about those defensive ends going wide. I want to be able to get up there and then throw that dagger route, that dig route across the field.
Second catch for Capel of his career. Good explosive start there by Trent Howland. Lauren.
I talked to Meacham before the game. I asked him, how was your game day routine? First time as a head coach. He said, yeah, I've never even been a head coach of a Pee-wee team. He said, look, he had a cup of coffee, watched some football, took a walk, and went out to the golf course and hit a bucket of balls to shake off some of that nervous energy.
Led one of the most prolific turnarounds that we've seen in the Big 12 when he took over as OC at TCU in 2014 with Trayvon Boykin. We got a Wildcat lineup here. And a heavy look. Howland thinking one way. No, it's Jackson coming the other way. Trying to turn the corner, cannot, forced out by Devin Bobby, the second highest graded defensive player for this Baylor squad.
We've seen a couple times now on this drive where Oklahoma State wants to get a little bit tricky with either reverse pass and then now faking. And Aranda has got this defense going, making sure that they understand that what we've seen on tape may be a little bit different in this game without Gundy back there helping game plan against the Baylor defense.
Dave Aranda trying to avoid a third straight 2-3 start. Flores, redshirt freshman from Gretna, Nebraska, hit as he throws a low throw, but secured by Sam Jackson, who's starting to come on, getting more comfortable in that receiver role.
Well, I think, too, for a quarterback, when you spread things out and you say, okay, where's my one-on-one matchup? That's the thing that you love when you get to an empty set, 5 receivers out en route. It makes the defense clear. And then I know as a quarterback, all right, where's my one-on-one? All right, you're going to give me number 18, inside leverage. I can see it, out route, easy throw for the completion for the first.
Receivers did not help Flores in the loss against Tulsa. And a lot of empty to start for Flores. Quick pitch, Terrell Davis, the only Oklahoma State player with more than 100 receiving yards on the season. This is game 4.
Well, you bring up the empty again. I just think for a young quarterback that hasn't seen a lot, look at the stats there, 109 receptions, 15 touchdowns. But from a quarterback perspective, a guy that hasn't played a lot of football, you have to make the picture clean for him. That way he can play fast and be comfortable with inside the offense.
Back to the Wildcats, Sam Jackson, former quarterback. There is some awkward movement at the line. The pitch to Howland. Howland breaks one tackle and is able to move the chains. Oklahoma State has something cooking.
Well, a play that's gotten Baylor in previous games has been the quarterback option power. And right there, it's obviously a Wildcat, but still from the same position. They're going to fake like they're going to power left, and then he goes to the right side for a big gain on the ground.
12th play of the drive. Flores backwards pass, and there is Jackson, open man, and Josh Ford scores against his dad's former team. A 26-yard touchdown for Josh Ford, the son of former Baylor Bear Ray Ford.
Look at the speed in which Jackson gets this ball out. He sees it. I love the little, hey, let me back up for a quick second. Buy me a split second away from the defense. Nice spiral, good accuracy. And then Ford catches it, awareness of the sideline, and then gets in the end zone.
And that's what this program needs. They need some spark, they need some spunk, and Doug Meacham was bringing that on the sideline there. Now keep in mind, Meacham has been calling plays upstairs. This is his first game downstairs.
He's feeling the juice right now. A lot of trickery there on the drive, but it works off. And we got a tie ball game here in the first quarter.
For that drive and that response here against Baylor. Cole Wilson had the opening touchdown. A cut and dragged down at the 23-yard line. So Baylor comes into the goal. Robertson will throw. That's the go-to man. Cole Wilson and just dropped like a bag of rocks by Landon Cleveland.
Well, it's so much easier to play defense when your offense gives you some time to take a breather and goes out there and scores some points, and that's something they've been missing. Complementary football, both sides doing their job. Now the defense feels pretty good. The thing is tied up here in the first.
Robertson, clean pocket, tried to thread it to Michael Trigg. Whenever Robertson's in trouble, that's the man he's typically looking for.
And that's usually the matchup you like. Trigg on a bigger body, linebacker safety. And he's 6'4", 240, physical. Like, you think of him as just a pass catcher, but he will get dirty in the run game as well. Really looking forward to seeing number 1 live, especially in situations like this on 3rd and long.
Four-man rush. Robertson, all sorts of time, scrambles. He was tripped up initially by Sidivini Havili Kafusi. And the first sack for the Cowboys defense in the last 3 games.
It's just a straight coverage sack. You see Sawyer Robertson going through his read. He's working from right to left, and no one is open. Tight coverage on the back end. He's got to pull down and read, and then the sack to get off the field and continue the momentum for Oklahoma State.
Keep in mind, an Oklahoma State defense dead last in the Big 12 in scoring and yards. Palmer Williams, some pressure, gets it off. This is Gavin Freeman. That's a boomer inside the 20. Freeman with the cut. Headed upfield and out at the 36-yard line. Flags are down at the 30 on the other end of the field.
Tell you what, Lowell, right now, the thing that we were wondering, what was the energy going to be like in this stadium? And it has been great here in the first quarter.
I mean, we are well under capacity, 52,000.
2 fouls on the play. On the return team, holding, number 32. Penalty is declined. During the kick, holding, number 26. 10 yards from the end of the kick, first down.
Well under capacity, but for those who have shown in both games, available on the all-new ESPN app. What else is in the bag of tricks for interim head coach Doug Meacham, Zane Flores, and the Pokes offense? It was a Sam Jackson touchdown pass to Josh Ford to get the Pokes on the board on their last drive. And rocked in the backfield and wrapping up to make the stop is Caleb Burns.
They love Caleb Burns. Will play a lot, will play a big role. The freshman, his ability to read and react, coaching staff says very natural. You saw it right there, able to get right around the offensive line to get the TFL.
Jackson again lined up. Is he going to throw? He is. He's got the distance and on point to Shamar Rigby. Sam Jackson threw a 62-yarder in Stillwater back in 2021 when he was playing for the opposition.
He spins it too. I mean, that thing was humming. Beautiful spiral.
Flores, his turn, saying, I'm the real quarterback here. Rigby, go, gadget arms, and a pick up of 6.
You think the quarterback gets nervous when the receiver starts throwing dimes like that?
So Jackson has thrown his first touchdown pass as a Cowboy before Zane Flores has. So maybe that has something to do with it. To Will Money. Will Money first down.
Well, I'll tell you what, right now you got a Baylor defense that just really does not know where to go. We've seen, I would say, the past 2 drives, 4 trickery plays, kind of reverses, fake reverses, receivers throwing the football. So now all of a sudden in the back of your mind, defensive is like, can I trust what my eyes are telling me right now? So you're going to be playing just a tick slower, and Oklahoma State taking advantage of that right now.
Quick hitter, Gavin Freeman, into all sorts of traffic at the 40. Well, Mike Gundy, a huge legacy left behind, Lauren.
Yeah, and I had the opportunity to talk to Brandon Whedon, played quarterback at Oklahoma State 2007 to 2011, and after pursuing a baseball career, and he just talked about the Gundy legacy, giving him a chance to play, even when he was a baseball first, then a walk-on, didn't look down on him, gave him an opportunity, and he really appreciates that.
And we got a flag as Flores was trying to find Terrell Davis. That's going to be against Baylor.
Pass interference. Defense number 18. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Caldre will afford the guilty party.
They're going to go quads to the right and then single up backside. And we talked about the earlier finding ways to get explosive plays down the field from their X and Z receivers. So they're 2 outside receivers, and you just got to take some shots sometimes, and that's what they did there.
The sweep, and not much there for Gavin Freeman. It's a Baylor defense that has struggled with ill-timed, busted plays, missed tackles, and injuries. And only Oklahoma State has allowed more points per game among Big 12 teams.
And just struggled against the run too. Quarterback run, traditional run, 186 yards given up per game on the ground, 116th in the country. They just need more bodies. They thought that their healthier defensive line would help them in this game.
Flores pulls it. Will try to cut off field and is just engulfed by Kyler Jordan, redshirt junior from Lubbock.
Well, Jordan's able to play too there, kind of give the illusion that I'm in the flat, I can take away your number one read, and then the quarterback pulls it to run. He's right there to make the tackle.
Three for 4 on third down. Flores flushed, throwing on the run, coming back to help him out. The catch is made on the sideline by Cam Abshire. What do you do here with fourth down?
I think you go for it here on fourth down. You're in plus territory. Love extending the play. Accurate pass to a long receiver. And that left foot does get in bounds for the completion. So, yeah, I mean, you got to go for it here. Once again, be wary of the quarterback's ability to run in this situation if I'm the Baylor defense.
4th and 4. And we got a timeout. Dave Aranda wants to think about this one. Coming off a heartbreaker against Arizona State. But man, Baylor has had a brutal early season schedule. Here's the catch, the comeback by Cam Abshire on the sideline.
Nicely done. 6'4". Really like the quarterback throwing it away, allowing his receiver to go up there and snag it. I don't think he stepped on his foot. It looks like he got a little turf there.
How about this, though? 9 different players for Oklahoma State have a catch so far. Who do you go to here on a 4th and 4? Flores has completed 8 straight. Rigby and Jackson both with 2 catches. Jackson with 3 completions. The old check with me. Plenty of time on the play clock. Here comes the pressure. Flores knows where he wants to go, but it's thrown short of the sticks. What happened there, Aaron?
He was just late. It's man-to-man coverage. You see safety rolling down. 4th and short, a lot of times it's going to be, man, that ball has to be out now to where my running back can catch it and turn up north. Instead, it's late. Like, no need to hitch. That ball should have already been out. That linebacker had to run a big hump around a couple other defenders to get to the running back, but you just allowed him way too much time to get there. Nice stop by Baylor.
Kylan Reed in coverage. And Baylor makes a stop. Turnover on downs. Now let's see if Baylor finds that aggressive edge that we saw him come out with. And to the ground, Michael Turner.
I think for Baylor offensively, it's still a commitment, not only for this game, but just going forward. Can we get the run game going? And can we do it with someone other than Bryson Washington, too? We got to find a way to get other running backs to create explosives.
And when does Josh Cameron, number 34, on the outside get his first touch? Pushing his way forward is Michael Turner. And coming up to make the pop is Parker Robertson, coming off a career-high 15 tackle performance against Tulsa. 3rd and short, Baylor also leads the country in 4th down attempts. Just keep that in mind. Matthew Kloffenstein, the blocking tight end. And there's a flag down. Robertson will look for Cameron. And another flag comes out.
Nice job using the hard count, gets the defense a jump. He knows it's a free play. Throws it outside the Cameron, who then's going to get pass interference called against him as well. Should be 2 against the defense. Decline the first, except the second. First down for the Bears.
Take the 15 instead of the 5 all day, if that is indeed what we have.
There were multiple fouls on the play, all committed by the defense. Offside, number 99 and 96. Penalties decline. Pass interference, number 34. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So here's the jump, Aaron.
Nice awareness. The center snaps it right away. He knows he got a free play. And we said it. Let's see number 34 coming off the 2 critical fumbles a week ago. One of the first things I texted you earlier this week is like, man, that kid, you feel for him because the way he plays, you know it had to hurt him a lot. He's a hard player both in the run game and the pass game. Number 34, Josh Cameron.
Washington, Big 12's leading rusher. And so physical. Look at the push he's getting from his big fellas up front. That's an extra 3 to 4 yards just on effort.
Well, you're seeing a defense playing a lot of what we call shell defense, 2 high safeties, and want to rally those safeties up. But this is what Baylor wants to do. Run the football and say, hey, if you're going to do that, we'll continue to run it. Force a safety in the box, and then, man, you got 4 or 5 options on the outside. All can win one-on-ones versus single high.
Who knows what's coming on second and short. From left to right, Trigg, contested catch. At least he draws the PI. So he's gonna get 15 yards against Dylan Smith. That is a nightmare matchup for a DB.
It's the same exact play they scored a touchdown on, just from a different formation. You're gonna get 2 post routes and then a wheel route down the sideline. And then you get one-on-one with your 6'4" tight end.
Pass interference, defense, number 11. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So I got 6'4", 240 going against 6', 190.
Is that like an AJ Green situation?
It
back
is
in your
all
day?
day. You just know, hey, if I get my tight end lined up against a safety, I mean, really against anyone. I mean, that's the beauty about tight ends in college and the NFL. You create all these mismatches that you can just take it up and throw like you're throwing a rebound.
Trigg leads all tight ends and targets. Here's a flip, and Oklahoma State was ready for it. Dylan Smith stopped Cole Wilson. That will bring us to the end of the first. Kevin, thank you so much. Baylor trying to get its first Big 12 win. They go to the go-to back, Bryson Washington, rumbling into the end zone for the score. Wanted all that heat. 19 yards for Bryson Washington.
There's a reason why he gets 62% of the carries for Baylor. Leads the nation when it comes to that percentage for a football team. Physical. Look at the offensive line doing their job up front. Matthew Kloffenstein also on the back block from the tight end position. And then Washington at 6', 215, rumbling and stumbling into the end zone.
Baylor has the ability to have tremendous balance, and Washington gives that ability to them, and we're seeing it on display. So after Oklahoma State tied it, Baylor comes back at Oklahoma. Loa Galindo, Aaron Murray, Lauren Sisler. Baylor scoring on the first play of the second quarter. Before that, Lauren talked to interim Oklahoma State head coach Doug Meacham.
Coach Meacham, 7-7 right now. First time wearing the headset down here on the field. How does it feel?
Feels like home. I love it. It's great, man. I love the sidelines. I love my school. Like being down here, battling with my guys, man. It's awesome.
Give us your first quarter assessment.
You know, a couple little mistakes here and there. We got to block a little bit better on a couple of things up front. Otherwise, I think we executed pretty good for the most part in offense. Defensively, we got to kind of watch our hands on those deep balls and kind of just run and cover them just a little bit better and stay away from some of the penalties. Other than that, I think we played pretty clean. Just going to keep working, keep fighting.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Trent Howland fights through a low tackle, picks up the first down yardage. Oklahoma State, they did get a spark with Doug Meacham in that first quarter. They end up with their most first quarter yards since 2023, 150 in that first stanza. Flores deep drop, little screen, back to Howland. Howland's been extremely active and takes it to the 45-yard line. Keaton Thomas with the tackle.
Yeah, and it was a fun, too. I mean, you had a lot of variety there in the first quarter offensively. I don't know how deep they had to go into the playbook or how much is left for the next 3 quarters, but You said 150 yards, 12 of 15 passing the football. Really efficient.
We've seen this a lot. Another wildcat look. Sam Jackson has thrown out of this look. Former college quarterback will toss it to Howland. Howland tries to get a block from 4, turns the corner. The run game looks good here today.
Well, this is not new if you're a Baylor fan, because you've been like, our defense has been pretty bad against the run all season. They continue to be in this too high safety look. So for an offense, it presents what we call a very light box. You can match man for man between offensive linemen and tight ends to be able to block.
Why not keep riding Howland? Stumbles forward for 3 yards. Second leading rusher on the team with 2:30 coming into this. Rodney Fields checks back into the game. It was the breakout star in that loss against Tulsa. If you can become a star in a devastating loss like that. The offense had chances down the stretch, but 1 field goal in the final 3 drives against the Golden Hurricane with the game on the line. Fields motions. Floors will roll. Feeling pressure, and the toss complete to Shamar Rigby. And Rigby with catch number 3, Floors with 11 straight completions.
It's just really excellent job from Rigby working with his quarterback. He's running a go ball. He sees his quarterback's in trouble, and he comes back immediately and presents his numbers for a completion.
Tempo here for the Pokes. Pump fake to the left, looking back right, and just throwing this one away. He could hear and feel Kyler Jordan bearing down.
You're still getting, even in these empty formations though, you're getting a light box from the defense, and I think that's something that, you know, you're on your backup quarterback. You don't want to go to your third guy, so you want to save the quarterback runs, but something that you have to, as an offensive coordinator and head coach now, obviously think about in certain situations, we need to call on him to run the football from the quarterback spot.
With this Baylor defense, it's Dave Aranda, who was the DC for that epic LSU championship run before becoming the head coach at Baylor. Now calling plays for the 2nd straight year. Backside pressure, Floors felt it, and he's brought down by Jackie Marshall. Did he have something downfield, Aaron?
He had nothing downfield. He can just run the football. You have 5 offensive linemen. Look, you're going to motion out. Just run. There's no one in the middle of the field. Quarterback, just take off. Have some awareness. You could have walked into the end zone. They are presenting such a light box against an athletic quarterback. You have to take advantage of that.
Where does that hesitancy come from?
I don't know. Just run. We've seen him run in games past. I don't know what he's waiting for.
3rd and 14. Floors now will run. He's got room, turns it up, gets a block, hurdle, and it's gonna be a hold.
But he ran though.
He ran.
He ran though.
He hurdled. He got in. He's just gonna have to come back.
Oh, I've been begging him. It's just too easy. Just take off and go. There's no one there for the quarterback. Unfortunate, his receiver down the field, Freeman, is gonna get a holding call. Didn't need to do it. His quarterback had the first down. Now it's coming back.
Holding, offense number 17, 10-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
So that's against Gavin Freeman.
Look at that, though. Let's get up, big guy.
Is Barry Sanders in the house? I think he would approve. But to your point, that athletic ability is there with
Yes,
Floors.
it's there. Man, you just got to know awareness. These safeties are so far off the hash. There's 4 defensive linemen for 5 offensive linemen at times.
3rd and 6 now. Corner blitz and threw it short. He had pressure in his face in the form of Caldre Williford. Did that affect the throw?
Oh, 100% it did. Well-timed blitz coming from the sideline. That's what you do defensively too. You present a light box, but then you add a corner. That way the defensive line can kind of stunt towards the inside, knowing you have outside help from that quarterback position. But definitely some missed opportunities, but still, I would still say confidence. So they moved the ball really well throughout the first half so far offensively.
Logan Ward from 39. And Logan Ward nails it. So Ward is now 11 for 12 in his career on field goal attempts inside 40 yards. Baylor up by 4.
see later on.
So Oklahoma State will kick after the field goal. And they are playing tough, a type of performance it would certainly make Mike Gundy proud. There's Cole Wilson, and Wilson takes it to the 23-yard line. So this is how it all went down. Last Friday night, you can't lose it this year. Sawyer Robertson will look to engineer another touchdown drive as Bryson Washington plows ahead. Now with the Gundy situation, two things can be true. He is by far the greatest head coach in this program's history. He is Oklahoma State football. And also,
It was time.
it was time.
Yes.
This program has fallen on hard times, not just the losses, but the changing landscape of the game. Here's a 2nd and 6. Robertson will throw, and there's the first catch for Josh Cameron, the pride of Cedar Park, Texas, former walk-on. He needed that after 2 fumbles and an interception that was thrown his way last week.
Look at both linebacker and safety coming up on the RPO quarterback season. Sawyer and throws a skinny post right behind them. You said it, he needed that to get going in this game.
So Jake Spavital is the offensive coordinator for Baylor. Like Mike Gundy, he was a prep legend for Union High School as a quarterback here in the state of Oklahoma. Was actually a GA under Dana Holgorsen and Mike Gundy here for this program in 2010. Reveres the entire Gundy family. They are legends in the state of Oklahoma. Robertson will do the check down to the freshman, Caden Knighton, from 2 hours south of Pauls Valley High School. That's going to set up a 3rd down.
And this is when, so I got to go against Todd Grantham every day in practice for 3 years at UJ. And 3rd down was a time when your head was spinning from a quarterback spot. Has not been able to be as exotic to start the year off, but let's see what they do here. A lot of bodies up front to try and confuse Sawyer.
And it will stay on the ground to the freshman. The kick outside, 1st down and more. The Oklahoma native with the stiff arm and down at the 6-yard line. Caden Knighton, welcome back home.
Beautiful job anticipating pressure from the front side to the left of the screen for you fans watching. And then you're gonna get a defensive end dropping into the right side on the boundary. And then it's just one-on-one. You got running back against essentially an outside linebacker defensive end body, and he just beats him to the sideline and gets him into the red zone.
49 yards for Knighton. 10 seconds on the play clock after the defensive change. Robertson, jump pass, flag is down, but touchdown caught by Kloffenstein.
Legal substitution, 12 players on defense. Penalties decline, result of play is a touchdown.
Doesn't matter, Sawyer Robertson and Matthew Kloffenstein, perhaps motivated by a jump pass that we saw last night.
And just gonna sneak through like it's a quarterback run, and then he's gonna get right through those 2nd-level defenders. Quarterback run, not so fast. Nice up and over jump pass for the touchdown.
So Sawyer Robertson entered the day 1 touchdown behind. The CFP mock selection committee, an unbelievable experience to see what goes into selecting a 12-team field. Oh, there it is, the Taco Bell Live Mas student section. Only one student section can claim the title of Live Mas Student Section of the Year. Who will take home the trophy this year? The Pope is in town. That person is dressed up as a traffic cone. We had some Mike Gundy sightings as well. I mean, how can you not have that iconic imagery of the visor that gave way to the mullet?
The hair, the flow.
The Oakleys were always on point. Sometimes he would take the sweatshirt when it got cold and tuck it into the khakis. One of the great characters in college football history. Flores back to work. Felt the pressure. Climbing the pocket, wide open downfield. What a catch! Rodney Fields! There is a flag down.
I wonder if we're gonna get offensive PI. That's how Fields got so wide open down the field on the wheel route.
If it stands, it's 47 yards.
Holding.
Nope.
Defense. Penalties decline. First down, Oklahoma State.
Rodney Fields is officially broken out as a star for this
Hey,
offense.
climb, get up there, keep his eyes down the field, feels the pressure. And then a beautiful diving catch from 20, working from the backfield, right around two receivers on the right, and then down the sideline for the big explosive pass play.
47 yards, longest completion of Zane Flores' young career. Going to the ground. Trent Howland has a gap, left side, perimeter blocking down inside the 10-yard line.
Starting to feel like a little bit of a Big 12 game. I know last week was a slugfest, not fully Big 12 against Tulsa, but right now both these offenses able to run the football. Look at the offensive line. This offensive line has struggled, Lowell, to be able to work combinations up to the second level, and right now these running backs are getting to third-level defenders and then winning those battles on the outside.
Zane Flores, one of 3 qualified quarterbacks that does not have a touchdown pass this year. They're going to keep motoring with Trent Howland. It's a spirited bunch here in Stillwater, Oklahoma. First touchdown of the year for Trent Howland.
Man, this offensive line got to continue to give credit to these guys up front doing the dirty work along with tight ends, getting to the second level and just moving bodies. We have not seen this offensive line play like this season.
Now this is Oklahoma State football. This is what you had back in the day with the playmakers.
Where you're going to get big body coming across, then you're going to get tight end working to the second level as well. And watch the beauty of this unfold if I'm the running back. We're going to get the clear out, 1, 2, and then safety comes up too much, and then big 6'2", 247-pound running back Howland said, "You ain't gonna arm tackle me." And Pete said, "Let's go."
Let's check in with Lauren.
Yeah, guys, you are definitely seeing the juice on this sideline right now. And Meacham said coming into this week, the energy was high, and it's all about the kids, the players pouring their hearts and souls into this. This has been tough on them, and it's really nobody's fault. From day one, he made sure he knew that they knew he cared about them, that this is a special place. They're lucky to play football here. And he said the message has been this: let's have some fun, give it all you got. Don't have buyer's remorse when you look back years from now, right? How you act matters, how you respond matters. Be a good person, be a good teammate, and those guys are really showing out today.
And very open and honest about the situation at hand for the players. They don't know if they will be retained by the new staff next season, or if they will have another opportunity elsewhere. But in the words of Grantham and Meacham, the best thing for Oklahoma State is for these guys to put the best individual film they can out there, help themselves, help Oklahoma State. Short kick, Cole Wilson slipped. But that drive, 3 plays, 75 yards, 56 seconds. I mean, that's Whedon, Robinson, Des Bryant, Justin Blackman type stuff. And we forget, you know, post Barry Sanders and Thurman Thomas, the running backs that played for Mike Gundy, the Kendall Hunters, the Chubas, the Ollie Gordons. You got a loaded backfield out of nowhere now. Can the defense get a stop? Robertson got out of traffic, cuts outside and picks up a first down yard. It looked like Oklahoma State had a lot of orange there.
That's why you have to stay in your gaps defensively, because everyone started to come downhill to stop 7 in the hole, and he feels it, he stays up. No one's containing on the outside. He's able to bounce it for the first down.
Washington so patient. Brought down there by Brian McCoy. Mr. Biceps. This dude's a creative player.
Well, no excuses for this defense. Their offense is giving them everything that they need right now to go out there and play at a higher level. That's a defense that has gotten better and better at home in the second, third, and fourth quarter. That's something Grantham has prided himself on so far here as the new DC this year. These guys, they figure it out and they go out there and execute.
4 drives for the Bears, 3 touchdowns. Open receiver and just overthrown, looking for Ashton Hawkins.
This is right now, it bit him last possession for Oklahoma State. Got a little exotic. And Bears able to hit him with a big run play. Obviously 3rd and longer here. Do you drop back into coverage? And if I'm Sawyer, if that's the case, we got 4 very talented receivers. Let's not forget Trigg as well. Lined up just off the left tackle. How do you contain him?
Robertson hit as he throws. Jaleel Johnson got a piece of him, and it was almost picked off. Jaleel Johnson was bearing down and affected that play. Baylor must punt.
It's a defense that has struggled to get after the quarterback the past couple weeks, and it's just a 4-man rush, and they win immediately off the line of scrimmage is Johnson, number 95, and Robinson unable to step into the throw, and that ball bounces up as a quarterback's worst nightmare. Luckily, it fell to the ground.
Palmer Williams with his second punt. Gavin Freeman backpedaling, another boomer. And dropped inside the 10-yard line, loses yardage there. Lauren.
Guys, it's so great to see that number 95, Jaleel Johnson, making the big play there. Look, he's had a rough childhood. Early on, it was tough times for him. Special out of the country.
Keep making plays like that. It will happen whether in the NFL or through NIL in this changing landscape of college football. Rodney Fields got hit, but somehow is able to just squeeze through after Keaton Thomas made the contact. Get positive yards.
I just want to see Baylor get to more of a single high defense. They've tried to become more balanced since that game against Auburn.
Why aren't they going there?
I don't know. I mean, trust me, the numbers are showing you need to based on how teams are running the ball against them.
Floors clean, collected, ripped away, nearly picked off. It was in the hands of Devin Bobby and lost it going down to the turf.
And had open receivers down the field, the ball just floated, and it's something the coaches were telling us about his throwing abilities. He actually excels better at more of those throws down the field. A little bit of a longer release or some of the RPO quick game, a little bit difficult for him at times, but ability to push the ball down the field, had an opportunity for an explosive play, and it just kind of sailed on him a little bit.
Haas Haney was the big portal spin in the offseason, transfer from TCU, broke his foot on the 3rd series of the opener against UT Martin. Corner pressure picked up nicely, thrown into traffic, dangerous. Can't do that because Caden Jenkins also got his mitts on it.
There's a bad sequence right there from Floors. Missed opportunity on an explosive play, gets rattled. I mean, you just got to trust your protection on the backside. It was picked up. He gets spooked by the corner blitz, moves into more danger on the right, and then throws the ball and almost turns it over.
First 3 and out for the Oklahoma State offense today. That has been problematic all season long for the Pokes. Cameron is back. Wes Paul, uber hang time. Cameron calls for the fair catch, and it's going to be Baylor football at the 44-yard line. Well, kick off your Week 4 NFL Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern with the Countdown crew on ESPN and the all-new ESPN app. And Monday night, we have two Monday Night Football matchups. AFC East rivals Jets and Dolphins at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on ESPN and ESPN Deportes. And at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on ABC, Bengals Broncos. Will also be available on the all-new ESPN app, so you can watch both starting at 8. Stillwater, Oklahoma, Boone Pickens Stadium. Mo Galindo, Aaron Murray, Lawrence Sisler on the tightest sidelines in college football. The paddle people on hand. It's been a spirited performance. Oklahoma State playing their first game without Mike Gundy on the coaching staff since November 2000. Out with a quick toss there to Cole Wilson. Cole was the story on the opening drive of the game. 2 catches, including the first score for the Bears.
Just Mr. Consistent. Now 36 straight games with a reception from number 2, and just so dynamic with the ball in his hands.
Back to him. Wilson, who was a monster in the opener against Auburn with 8 catches, 134 yards. Why has the ball been finding him so far?
They've moved these guys around, so usually if you're in the slot, especially with some of the RPOs, if the numbers dictate that we have bodies that outnumber the defensive bodies, let's just get it to our quick receivers. So just kind of the flavor of the week right now for number 2.
No Bear has more than 1 catch outside. Wilson take a shot, one-on-one, looking for that man again, and Cole Wilson was overthrown.
And I think that's the beauty of this offense, because you really don't know from a defense perspective who's going to be the guy this week. Is it going to be Cole Wilson? Is it going to be Hawkins? Is it going to be Kobe Prentice, who we haven't talked about much today? Is it going to be Josh Cameron? Is it going to be Michael Trigg? I mean, it is such a difficult offense to slow down, because any one of those guys can beat you and go off for five or 6 catches and 100+ yards.
Knighton with the carry. There is a flag down. And he's stopped right in the line of scrimmage by Armstrong Nowdham. Well, it is an embarrassment of riches in terms of pass catchers for Baylor. Only program in America.
Illegal hands to the face, number 71 of the defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Only program in America with 5 players with at least 15 catches. Aiden Kelly called for the illegal hands to the face. And you see it over the center. Great illustration by Aaron.
Straight to the face mask, pushback, easy call for the refs. And a missed opportunity to keep this offense in a 3rd and long situation.
Keep in mind, it was 31 yards of penalties against Oklahoma State that set up the last Baylor touchdown. Knighton still looking for somewhere to go, and he is going to be driven back with Mordecai McDaniel making the tackle. First season at Oklahoma State, transfer from Charlotte. And that's the name of the game now for Oklahoma State moving forward, looking for the next head coach after Mike Gundy. Chad Weiberg, the athletics director, has already said they want someone that can embrace a changing landscape of college football, namely NIL and the transfer portal.
It's a different world. It takes a different type of coach to navigate everything that these men have to navigate. It is tough to put a roster together.
Robertson in rhythm. There's Cameron trying to shake his way free. Down to the 10-yard line is Cameron with his 2nd catch of the night.
It's all about just finding green grass, and for a quarterback to kind of see and feel it. Like, I see off coverage to my right. I know a receiver's coming in there, and let's just get the ball out now. That's the great thing about this offense, is when you're the point guard, you see the green grass, you throw it there, guys catch and get yards after catch.
Red zone. This is number 1, Michael Trigg. Territory case and point that man.
Too easy, too easy. You got a power forward coming in there like he's gonna block, and then he's gonna slip right through the linebackers for the touchdown. And that's the 2nd time they've run that type of play, where someone's gonna sneak through the line, pretend like they're gonna block, you get action, and then you slip it over for the touchdown.
Sawyer Robertson now with this.
Number 5. Is this the time to move on, unfortunately, from Sam Pittman? I know the contract's a little unique to where if he's under 500% as a record, it goes down $3 million, but it may be time, unfortunately, for the pit boss.
From the end zone, Kobe Freeman. A spin and brought out the 17-yard line. It's also one of those dynamics where with the coaching carousel, now it's time to get in line. Virginia Tech has made a move. UCLA has made a move. Oklahoma State, the latest with the firing of Mike Gundy on Tuesday.
Yeah, and you have to think, too, once these moves start happening, obviously later in the season, then the next wave, because certain coaches are going to leave their job for those jobs. So it is going to be a wild offseason when it comes to the coaching carousel, and a couple more. You know, Gainesville, Florida may have a new coach there, too, there as well in the next couple weeks.
Allen's been really good on this first game without Mike Gundy. And speaking of Gundy's future, his brother Cale spoke out and said he's going to coach again, and I'm going with him. So the Gundy brothers will be back in action now together. For so long it was one brother here in Stillwater, the other one in Norman. So 3 minutes left here to go in the first half. This is a huge drive for Zane Flores and Oklahoma State. They're going to try to go sideline to sideline with Howland, and it's going to end up a couple yards shy of the sticks.
Well, I think right now, too, you have to understand that Baylor's going to get the ball to start the second half, and with plenty of time to go and 2 timeouts, Baylor easily can get the ball back and score again before halftime, then get the ball themselves. So for Oklahoma State, it is we need points on the board, and we also need to bleed as much time as possible to make sure Baylor doesn't get it back.
At least the 5th time we've seen the Wildcat. Did not see this near this often in the opening 3 games. Jackson slow playing it, thought about throwing it. Heck of a block on the outside. That is how you get after it. Josh Ford set that thing up.
And I honestly don't know if many guys were going out en route here. I think this was, you see a bunch of blocking, guys running off players on the outside, no one really going for a route. I think design was make it feel like a pass. You've thrown it a few times, soften up the second level, and then bam, take off to get the first down.
Jackson, the former TCU quarterback, has the lone passing touchdown for the Pokes in this game. Also was a quarterback at Cal, transferred to Auburn last season, where he moved to receiver. Problem is, Hugh Freeze has a loaded receiver room. Pumped up for that every time Kevin tosses us. I feel like we're in a video game. We got video game numbers right here. Classic Big 12, Baylor and Oklahoma State. There's Rodney Fields. A swing pass, good yardage on first down. Big 12 opener for Oklahoma State. Baylor lost their opener last week against Sam Leavitt and Arizona State, a team that continues to live dangerously as they beat TCU last night. 307, that's the yardage for Oklahoma State. Definitely a step in the right direction. Backside pressure, Flores got it off. Gavin Freeman, oh, he's hurdling everybody! That's not a hurdle, that's a pole vault. Trying to go up and over DJ Coleman.
Mesh concept, get it to your speedy slot receiver. He tries to hurdle. Defense said, you ain't gonna embarrass me like that. But man, gotta find more ways to get 17 the football in this slot. Very shifty. Really good job on the out routes. Right there, just a nice shallow cross, catches it and speeds up the sideline to get into positive territory.
OSU showing a ton of juice. The first game without Mike Gundy. Here comes 2 inside blitzes, and Flores does the right thing and just grounds that thing.
We've actually seen it a few times now the past 2 possessions. They're bringing this corner blitz from the outside. But Oklahoma State has not found a way to protect it, and I think it's just spooking Zane Flores some. We saw the previous one where he moved away a little bit too fast. He's got to be able to locate those safeties and see if they're way off the hash. It's a good indicator that, hey, there may be some corner pressure coming to that side.
Trying to get the bad taste out of their mouth. They lost to Tulsa last Friday. Went to the locker room hearing the boos. This looks like a different Pokes team. More vintage Oklahoma State. Again, backside pressure. Fields getting the catch, and man, he got pile driven out at the 40-yard line. Big contact made there by Kylan Reed.
3rd and long situation here, 3rd and 8. I'm still thinking we're playing aggressive right now, especially the way that Baylor's offense is. Don't need to get all 8 yards on this play. Probably going to go for it on 4th down, and they're going to have the discussion now of how we want to call this 3rd down to put us in his best spot.
It seems like this is when they would stall, going back to that game Friday against Tulsa. They had some drives going, and just a screeching halt really inside the 40-yard line. Well, we are pumped up about this. The all-new ESPN, they could say, and always stuck up for his players. So
always stuck up.
He would always be proud of an effort like this. And Oklahoma State has a shot here. 3rd and 8, try to get some more momentum going to the break. Redshirt freshman Zane Flores engineering the offense. Howland weaving through, taking a body, and down inside the 30-yard line.
Yeah, the plan from the beginning was, hey, we begin these light boxes. 6 players, let's run it. See if we can obviously get the 1st down. If not, we'll be able to get positive yardage and then go for it on 4th down.
12-yard pickup. Flores thinking about running, now overthrows Howland.
Now all of a sudden you're starting to see a Baylor defense that's playing a little bit more single high right there, bringing some pressure, not going to let the quarterback sit in the pocket. We've seen some corner blitzes right there. We saw a blitz from the 2nd level. And for Zane Flores, it's okay, you want to do that. I'm going to have some more chances to push the ball vertically down the field. Now it's on these receivers here as we get closer to the red zone to win some one-on-one battles.
10th play of the drive, 1:21 left, 2 timeouts. Flores facing the blitz, looking end zone, and that's underthrown and broken up by Caldre Williford.
Well, that's on Flores. Terrell Davis wins one-on-one and just underthrows. That's something the coaching staff told us, that, hey, man, he throws a really good deep ball, gets it out on time. A lot of contact, but still, I think from a quarterback spot, you put that ball in the back of the end zone, good chance for a catch, touchdown.
Baylor coming to the line late.
They're going man across the board, presenting what we call a bear front, trying to create a bunch of one-on-ones for the offensive line.
3rd and 10. Howland gets the carry. Baylor got the initial stop, and then they tried to swipe it out in the hands of Kamarian Morgan. So 4th down, and a timeout is called by Baylor. Points here, you force the issue.
I think you do points here. I think you did a good job. I think you got converted on the previous 3rd and 8 to give yourself an opportunity to get a better field goal. But yeah, if you get a chance to put this within 1 score, I think you have to take advantage of that right now and kick the field goal.
But you see Doug Meacham keeping the positivity out there with his guys, with his offensive linemen, the spot he played at Oklahoma State today. Well, remember the stat we came on with. 15 total points in the last 3 games against FBS competition. They have 17, and Logan Ward is going to try to make it 20 from 42 yards out. And Ward gets it. That makes it an 8-point game with 1:02 left before halftime.
And still a lot of time for Baylor. Clock will stop on 1st downs. You have 1 timeout in your pocket.
To Waco, and he has found a home in putting up numbers that would make Mike Leach proud.
Let's go back and watch the touchdowns from Sawyer Robinson in this game. He's been in complete control of the football. As we expected, nice, comfortable first possession. Wilson comes Scott open. Then a couple of these sneaks where the tight end body fakes like they're gonna block, gets skinny. You're gonna see the second one here right now to his main man, Trigg. And easy touchdowns against this defense. And right now, can he do it with 1:02 and a timeout in his pocket?
Certainly it would not be a shock with how good this team is. Late in games, late in halves. Robertson, so comfortable, and that should have been picked going the other way. Cale Smith was on it. He has been picked on as a corner all season long and almost turned that one around.
And just was baiting, trailing the receiver, ball thrown behind. Ball's thrown another 3 yards in front on that dagger route is a completion. And chance for Cole to kind of take it from there and set balls behind, and you got a trailing cornerback that should have, as you alluded to, picked that football off.
Robertson will throw again. Now will scramble. Tries to get away from Malik Charles. Does a little tippy toe, and the first down out of bounds as well.
See where he steps out of bounds. He's in.
He's out. So that will be short of the first down. Spotted at the 30, crowd trying to get into it.
A big moment here for this defense. Got to be aggressive. You can't allow an easy access free throw, man-to-man coverage, press them across the board, and make it difficult for this offense.
We got a timeout, Oklahoma State.
They've been able to do on the other side of the football, but a big moment for this defense to step up themselves.
Complete, Ashton Hawkins, first down. Clock will stop for the ball to be spotted, and then we'll begin to run.
Too much free space, way too much grass. It's too easy for the quarterback.
Baylor, one timeout remains. Middle of the field, going through the progressions, now trying to cut back. Coming the other way, Michael Trigg fighting his way to the 45-yard line.
Just such a big body over the middle of the field. Creates some space away from the defender, then presents his numbers.
Pressure from the edge. Now from the backside, throwing across his body. Did Cameron complete that? Yes, he did. Tough angle there for number 34.
He's just so good body control. We've seen it all year, even to last year. Very nice hands, soft hands. Works away from the defender.
And timeout by Dave Aranda and Baylor.
So defensively, you need a press. You do not want a free access throw where they can steal a few yards and get out of bounds.
A one-man rush. Everybody drops, trying to thread the needle to Cameron. Still 6 seconds on the game clock. And now the specialists come out. And we're about to test the leg here of young Connor Hawkins, 6'2", 199, redshirt freshman, lining up for 52 yards. Hit from 53 last week. He's missed one from 50. What do you got, young man? Will it stay true? No! Hook into the left at the last second. And Oklahoma State can now come out, take a knee.
Gives a few more 4 more days to digest it.
Gundy
But
did a
Tuesday,
press conference Monday.
I know. Game plan was already getting put in with Gundy.
So Oklahoma State, I think they'll take this as a win, down by 8 going to the break. Zane Flores still looking for that first touchdown pass of his career. On the other things like that, 349 yards in the first half, the most since 2022.
They have looked good on offense. Defensively, he's made some plays. Nice stop before halftime to make this a one-score game here to start the third quarter.
Cole Wilson is tripped up just north of the 20-yard line. And flag down. Let's sort this out.
During the return, holding, number 24, the return team, 10-yard penalty, first down.
All right, let's take a look at today's player spotlight, brought to you by Cintas.
Yeah, Sawyer Robinson has picked up where he's been all season long, throwing the football down the field. Starts with the first drive, gets through his reads, very comfortable. Cole Wilson has been the go-to guy. But then the tight ends getting some love as well, doing these little sneak plays Tight ends come in, they get skinny, they think like they're blocking, and then bam, you get Trigg in the end zone for a touchdown. Another 3-touchdown game with Sawyer Robertson, and it was just the first half, Lowell.
5 straight with at least 3 for Robertson through the air. Longest streak by a Big 12 quarterback since Kyler Murray in 2018. We won't mention in these parts what program he played for. There's the line for today, 9 of 14. 153, turnover free. Bryson Washington, stiff arm.
Ooh.
Oh, and he's just gonna fight through that contact. Man, Parker Robertson was trying to take a soul, and he ended up losing that. And it looks like Washington is slow to get up after that contact.
You see Aid flying down. Good contact, but just shows you the balance from Bryson Washington to bounce up. Hopefully he's okay as he's trying off to his sideline, shaking his head. So hopefully see him back in the football game, and just such a warrior. I mean, that's what the coach staff kept telling us all week. Such a warrior, takes the punishment. He's in the training room 3-4 hours a day, making sure his body is right to come out here and take the load that he does.
They lost Dawson Pendergrass before the start of the season. He's out for the year. That was a dynamic 1-2 punch. Caden Knighton has been really good. Robertson's just so comfortable, even with pressure. There's a flag down at the 36-yard line as Kloffenstein got the catch. Kloffenstein came up with his first touchdown of the season earlier in this game.
Well, he's going against a defense right now as we wait to get the call here. Going to be against the defense.
Holding, defense, number 3. Penalties decline. Result of the play was a first down.
You talk about how comfortable Sawyer looks in the pocket. I mean, he's going against a defense that is only 4 sacks on the season, 16th in the conference, 105th across the country, just unable to really get any pressure on him throughout the ball game here, and he looks pretty good sitting there in the pocket.
2 of the 3 Baylor touchdown drives were aided by fouls from Oklahoma State. Wide open, running free, Kobe Prentice, give the man 6. Only Jordan Tyson has more touchdown catches in the Big 12 than Kobe.
Just speed. We talk about speed, 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 nothing to it. Just run right past Dylan Smith, the safety, who's just squatting on it. And it's something this offense lacked a week ago versus Arizona State, the ability to create explosive plays. Really feel like defenses are keeping everything in front of them. Not there. And when those opportunities present themselves, you have to take advantage of it.
Epic stop with Oklahoma State trying to get into the college football playoff. 1st and goal inside the 5-yard line. The greatest plays in Baylor history. Here's Lauren.
Yeah, talking to Coach Meacham coming out of the locker room, he really was high on his quarterback, Zane Flores, just being the Swiss Army knife. He remembers recruiting him over at TCU and says, look, he can do it all. He can run it, he can throw it, and that's what we want to see here in the second half. He said, make some adjustments, get our guys on the same page, make sure everyone understands the plan in the second half, and he says the most excited team that comes out and understands that is the one that's going to get the win.
Aaron, what do you need to see from young Zane Flores here in the second half?
I think continue doing what they've been doing, protect the football. I do believe he needs to run it a little bit more in the second half to make this game competitive.
Trent Howland's been outstanding, 82 yards, trying to add to that. A touchdown run as well. And Oklahoma State has done a fantastic job overcoming adversity. They've really lived this week in the face of it. And when Baylor has had a response, they've been able to stay close. How can they keep punching in this game?
Well, I think you saw right there, Baylor defensively, those safeties are going to be very aggressive coming downhill to stop the run. So yes, what can Zane also do? Throw the ball earlier downfield, give his receivers a chance.
Tight window and ripped away. He was looking for Will Money, and it was Keaton Thomas, defensive leader, there in coverage. Preseason All-American with a PBU.
I like the play, trying to sneak. Just if he had time in the pocket, he actually puts a pretty good ball on it for the tight end to make a play on it.
Costly play in the first half, throwing late to Rodney Fields on a 4th down attempt. Pressured, and that's, low hit as Howland could not corral it. Man, Devin Bobby, bad intentions flying in.
I just think this is the overall issue with this offense right now when you get to 3rd and long situations. Like, who is your go-to receiver? Who's the explosive guy? Who is someone that can threaten a defense? Instead, you got a Baylor defense right there in 3rd and long that plays man-to-man coverage because they're not afraid that anyone's going to create an explosive play. The personnel right now is a little bit of a question mark around the quarterback.
And when you talk about the coaching change, moving away from Mike Gundy, I mean, this is part of the issue. The level of talent on the roster is not like what we've seen in the past teams, where it's been a loaded, stacked roster. Well, I don't know if you have that time anymore.
Not at all.
And if you do develop them, they're looking to go somewhere else to cash in. Sawyer Robertson. Oh, what a move, Houdini-esque, and throwing it downfield, ripping it out of the sky is Caden Knighton. That was fantastic on both parts. Ball comes out on Knighton's reach. Was it caused by the ground? David Kabongo recovered it. Let's get this thing sorted out. As wild as you will see, gotta love the Big 12.
Well, gotta love just all the playmakers going on right now. First starts with Sawyer Robertson. He's gonna go through his progression. Nothing's there, let me get out of there. Eludes a defender, keeps his eyes up and finds his running back. These running backs got some good hands out of the backfield for Baylor. Tremendous back shoulder type catch. And we're gonna check out the ball security. When did the football come out? I think it's a fumble. This is an issue a week ago. 3 turnovers, 2 of them being fumbles. And right here, it depends on when his backside was down, Lowell. It was gonna be very bang of when's the bottom go down and when does the football come out. So
that's
ball's
a fumble.
out.
Dylan Smith, they don't turn the football over. They just don't move the ball. Flores, pump fakes, collects himself, skirting the line of scrimmage, back foot and short. See that a lot from Flores.
Just got to find a way when you're rolling out, easier said than done, but try to get any of your momentum to get downhill to make those throws easier. When you're going sideways, throwing across your body, that's why those balls are dying on him and unable to get to those receivers that are 20 yards down the field. All of a sudden, you're seeing the Baylor defense playing more aggressively as of late, heating up the quarterback.
Howland dropped for a loss. DJ Coleman from Mesquite, the top graded defensive player on this Baylor defense, makes a stop.
We talk about the aggressive nature of this defense, and we're just going to come downhill on the other side, moving over to the other side. Really nice play there from 33.
Elite tackler, just 1 missed tackle all season for Coleman. Matt Powledge, defensive coordinator for Baylor. Head coach Aranda calls the plays. Flores is hit. Ball is out but incomplete. Kylan Reed was there bearing down.
Once again, 3rd and long is not where this offense is going to be able to succeed, not only this game, but going forward. They need better success running the football, earlier downs and distance. Things just are not happening and developing fast enough for the quarterback where he's able to get the ball out of his hands.
Keep in perspective, the big spending of the offseason, Haas Haney at cornerback. Broken foot in the 3rd series of the opener. He's going to miss more time. Markel Samuel, big spending to get a left tackle from App State. He has missed his 3rd straight game. So this Oklahoma State offense without 2 other key acquisitions. Baylor is backed up here after the turnover. Back on the sidelines here at Boone Pickens Stadium. And first down carry from Michael Turner, and a good surge there, picks up 8 yards. Gundy let go on Tuesday, triggering a $15 million buyout. Wasn't really a factor, as that buyout would not be reduced until the end of 2027. But Oklahoma State choosing to get in line to try to find who is next. Another carry for Turner. The first down, move the chains. What kind of coach do you think Oklahoma State needs to be looking for?
Well, I think innovative in the offensive side. I think this is how this brand is built. Obviously, in this league, you got to be able to score points and score a lot of points, as we're seeing here this afternoon, if just the offenses. So, you know, I always lean, I guess because I'm an offensive guy too, I always lean towards more that side of the football.
Robertson, and that one is bobbled incomplete. Ashton Hawkins. What do you got, Lauren?
Yeah, Aaron, you know, Brandon Whedon said a lot of the same thing. He said, obviously, being an offensive guy here, he said they might need a coach that's younger, hungry coach, can handle all these NIL, donor relations, energy building. And personally, of course, he said, leaning towards the offensive side of the football, but whoever it is, they need to bring the juice, not treat OSU as a stepping stone job. That was key for him. And he mentioned Zach Robinson being someone, former quarterback, NFL coaching now, that's been floated around, and felt like he might be a good fit.
2nd and 10. Robertson will dump it down. Michael Turner will try to cut it up. Now, let's face it, this used to be a stepping stone job. Jimmy Johnson, Les Miles did some good things here. Johnson went to the U. Les Miles went to LSU. One of the greatest things that Mike Gundy did in his 21 years, he stayed. There were other opportunities. He wanted to be here in Stillwater.
But they got a guy that was from here, that went here. I mean, that's easier. That's why I think when we bring up Robinson as a possible replacement, he may not look at this as a stepping stone because he came here and played here. So this may be a dream job, an opportunity for him.
3rd and 9. Robertson so comfortable, incomplete. Now, to the notion that it needs to be a younger coach in this new era with the transfer portal and NIL, here's where I will push back. And I'm not saying this man as a candidate for this job, but look at what Willie Fritz has done, moving from Tulane to Houston. Houston was not good that last season. Willie Fritz has these guys undefeated at U of H. Older coaches can still get the job done because building a culture is still the biggest part of all that. How you get there has maybe changed a little bit.
I also believe building a supporting staff around you. GM can help you support you in all those areas. Nice coverage there on the punt team.
Gavin Freeman driven backwards. Well, let's take a look at the college football headlines presented by
the Florida State receiver's okay, because he just got run through by those students there at Virginia. What a huge win for them.
Jackson has been featured in this offense and tries to find Josh Ford. Jackson has the lone passing touchdown.
First incompletion too, 3 or 4.
The man is hot. The man is
He looks
hot.
good. I'm telling you, the former quarterback, I grade him out very nicely. Nice motion, can spin it. Honestly, push the ball vertically down the field. So a lot of those trick plays obviously worked in the first half. Baylor seems to have settled down defensively.
Haven't seen as much as Rodney Fields as we anticipated. And that is Royal Capel. He's got a couple of catches now.
Well, I think the issue right now is Baylor's winning first, second down. This is now a 3rd straight drive where you look up and Oklahoma State's in a 3rd and 8+ situation, now 3rd and 9. And until you start winning some one-on-one battles, they're going to continue to play man-to-man coverage, and it's just very difficult to get open.
Forcing a 3rd straight 3 and out, and there is a flag.
False start. Offense, number 76. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
172 passing yards per game for Oklahoma State. That's the worst in the Big 12. 3.9 yards per carry. Worst in the Big 12. And in the heyday of this Oklahoma State offense, it was balanced. I mean, when it was Zach Robinson, Keith Toston, and Kendall Hunter in 08, 09, There was a 150-yard difference between total passing yards and rushing yards over those 2 seasons, as it's just Flores running for his life. That's as balanced as you will see in a 2-year span.
And they were trying to get more balance early in this game, and I think you brought up a good point. They just seem to have gotten away from it on early downs right now of trying to run the football against this defense. I do believe a little mixture of it is Baylor now. We talked about in the first half of playing a little bit more shell defense, getting more aggressive, putting more bodies in the box, and willing to play one-on-one. And then once again, until you beat me with some one-on-one shots, we'll continue to play like this defensively.
3 straight 3-and-outs for Oklahoma State to start this second half. Cameron coming up to field it at the 35-yard line, and that's where Sawyer Robertson and company will take over, trying to add up 15 here in Stillwater. The loss against Tulsa, but now that everything is settled and there will be a new coach in place, coming around and realizing the impact that maybe was forgotten on 21 years of brilliance here in Stillwater. It is a 35-20 lead for Baylor. J.K. Johnson brings down Caden Knight.
Well, I'm loving what I'm seeing from these young running backs for Baylor. Knight, Turner, being able to take some load off Washington because it's a long season. This is still a very competitive team that has aspirations for a good postseason. They're going to need some of these young running backs to continue to step up for them.
Tackling the hole there by Mordecai McDaniel. Now, Oklahoma State came out, and it was not a good start to the game. They botched the opening kick, took over at the 3-yard line, got a first down, then had the punt. However, after Baylor scored, they came back. They tied the game at 7. Trent Howland led a touchdown drive to make it 21-17. Trailed by 8 at the half, but on the 3rd play of the second half, it was a 73-yard touchdown by Kobe Prentice. And it's the second time Robertson has gone airborne.
I think it's going to be illegal grounding there.
Yeah, it was just an offensive lineman that was in the area. To go back and take another look, he was not out of the tackle box.
No, not a tackle box, and that was clearly an offensive lineman. Yeah, there goes the green flag. Moving, no one there. He just sees a big body and throws it to him. He's like, oh, no, that was one of my offensive linemen.
We saw Colton Siraki, and that will move him back. No, now they're coming back up.
He dropped the flag and then picked it up.
Yeah.
I think
maybe they dodged one there. It's 3rd down, chance for Oklahoma State to come up with a stop. Quick pitch inside and a big hit on Ashton Hawkins, and Hawkins is down. Got clobbered, good to see him get back up. And that will set up a 4th and short. Baylor has gone for more 4th down conversions than any team in college football. Looks like they will go for another one here. 10 of 18 on the season coming into this game.
And they don't mess around. If it's 4th and manageable, especially in plus territory, you know they're going to go for it. Bringing in Bryce Washington back into the football game, number 7 in the backfield.
First 4th down attempt here today. Bryson Washington gobbled up. Going in reverse, Dylan Smith, Wendell Gregory there for the TFL.
It starts with Wendell Gregory right off the line of scrimmage. Not blocked at all. It was number 4 coming off the outside. Unabated to the running back and just knocks him initially, and then the rest of the Oklahoma State defense coming in right behind. You see him moving over. He's going to come in to create the initial pressure.
Future.
And no chance.
Future is extremely bright for number 4, Wendell Gregory. Tied a Big 12 freshman record with 3 sacks in the first game of his career. And even though he hasn't had a sack since then, consistent pressure in the backfield for Gregory. Flores back to work. Going with the ground game. Howland running tough and physical in this matchup. He's over 80 yards and has received the bulk of the carries
Well, this defense, besides the first possession of the second half, they give the explosive play. Oklahoma State defensively got in the turnover, just got the field there on a 4th down and short. Now it's the offense's turn to just get a first down. Can you win first and second down and give yourself an opportunity on 3rd?
Floors will throw. Rocked with an open man. Shamar Rigby running, striding, caught from behind inside the 15 by Cannon Jenkins.
What a play design right there. We're going to get a fake block, and then comes off of it. So they're thinking screen defensively, and then cuts right across the defense for the big play.
Get up and go. Here's Howland. Nowhere to go. Stuffed by Reggie Bush, the second.
That's what this offense needed. They had to create some explosives on 1st and 2nd down, getting away from those 3rd and obvious downs of throwing the football. Now let's see how creative we can be offensively with Doug Meacham.
Not very good in the red zone. 4 touchdowns and 8 trips coming into this game. 8 trips, the big stat there. One of the lowest totals in the FBS. Howland motions back and will get the carry. He's going to pass. Open man, underthrown, doesn't matter. Caught by Royal Capel. Deep into the bag of tricks for Doug Meacham.
I mean, everyone's going to throw a touchdown before Flores throws a touchdown this season. And at this point, any way you can do it, I guess. Open competition.
End zone. Howland steamrolling. Oklahoma State playing an inspired brand of football.
Oh, they're playing an exciting brand of football all day offensively. A little bit of a lull there to start this half. But a fun play to kind of get counter off the screens to the outside. Another pass from someone other than the quarterback. And then you find a way to get in the end zone to hopefully turn this into a 1-score game.
Looked like it was getting out of hand, and Baylor would try to run away with this thing. Another look at Howland, lowering the shoulder, running over his tight end, Josh Ford, to get in. Looks like he needed to be resuscitated after that. All sorts of bodies flying. Baylor had scored 14 unanswered. Oklahoma State with the response. It's a program that's down, but with the fight that you're seeing today, not out. Trent Howland, the spark, 84 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns, both career highs.
And let's look at some of the trickeration from Oklahoma State in the bowl game this afternoon, and they've utilized some receivers to throw the football, mostly Sam Jackson, who looks, I mean, throwing to the left looked pretty good. Another double pass here for the touchdown, an absolute beauty to Josh Ford. I mean, he may get some looks for quarterback across the country after what he's put on tape today. And then the one we just saw there from Howland.
That throw.
That was pretty sweet. Pressure in the face, kind of up and over.
Was that a hook shot there?
It was a hook shot.
The sky hook? Lauren, it looks like Doug Meacham is locked in.
He's locked in, and you heard him earlier after the first quarter. He's like, I feel like I'm home, and he's definitely home. These fans standing here saying, good job, Meacham, good job, Meacham. They are cheering him on down here. And remember, we talked to him this week, and he just said, you know, he's a brushstrokes guy, right? Not a painted-by-number brushstrokes. So he's pretty laid back, and I think that's what he does for this football team. He kind of keeps them laid back, and you can see that on the sidelines, giving them the juice, but also helping them to get settled in and feel confident.
He's from Arlington. That's where he grew up before playing his college ball here in Stillwater, but he's got that California cool vibe. Just nothing seems to rattle him, and he's been part of some great offenses here in the Big 12. We mentioned what he did in 2014, helping revamp Gary Patterson's program at TCU, and that awful, atrocious offense needed a spark. turned Trayvon Boykin into one of the best quarterbacks in college football. So Meacham knows what he's doing. Paddle people on these tight sidelines.
Let's
into it.
Let's see if the defense can continue to do what they've been doing here in the second half. Got the momentum back on their side for the Cowboys.
Robertson with time, busted coverage. Cameron to the second level, and Cameron is brought down by Robertson at the 35-yard line. That will quiet the crowd.
Yeah, just when we talked about the momentum that was starting to creep towards the home team side. Massive, massive gap in the defense for the explosive play to get back into positive territory.
Quick pitch, Cole Wilson, who had the opening touchdown of the game, crunched at the 30 by Cam Smith. Baylor has a lot riding on this game.
Oh, yeah.
Can ill afford a 2-3 start for this third straight season, and an 0-2 start in Big 12 play. And a flag is down.
Well, one thing you know about this offense is when they want to turn it on, they can.
Snap infraction. Offense number 72. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Against the center, Colton Price. Well, here is the schedule for both WNBA semifinals game 4s. Sunday, it's the Aces Fever at 3 Eastern on ABC. Lynx Mercury at 8 Eastern on ESPN. Both are available on the all-new ESPN app. 2nd and 10 now for Robertson. Bryce Washington. Bryson, the leading rumbler in the Big 12, leads the conference in yards after contact, and that physicality has been on display. He's made it 3 straight 100-yard performances on the ground. He's in the ballpark of making it 4 straight. Third and 1. And it is Michael Turner, a freshman.
They just got big backs. Well, I mean, Bryson Washington, 215, Nines 212, Turner 220, just bruisers that can get you those nitty-gritty yards. And that's why they go for it so much on 4th and short, man. They can get to those situations and also be able to hand the ball off as well.
7 yards per carry, and last year's matchup, they averaged 9 yards per carry, gashing Oklahoma State on the ground. And that is swung out to Cole Wilson. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. And going back to last year's numbers, I mean, it was a track meet, and Baylor doing it on the ground. 343 to the tune of 9 yards per carry.
Just hand the ball every time. Just hand it off. 5 explosive rushes over 20 yards as well, and we're seeing a lot of that here in the ball game this afternoon.
Turner hit at the line, and 2 more Cowboys coming to meet him. Among them, Ike Asuwina.
I would say this, though, for this defense, if you can give up field goals instead of touchdowns and feel like you're still in this game, it goes a long way for your offense to continue feeling like they can go down there and score themselves.
3rd and 7.
I haven't seen Michael Trigg on the field, and once again, not on the field right now in this 3rd and long situation, the star tight end.
Great burst right up the gut for Caden Knighton. Oklahoma native showing out. He had to accept an elevated role with no Dawson Pendergrass this season.
This is, we talked about Trigg and how good of a blocker he is, but they bring in more of their true blocker in 85, and does a great job on the back block, taking care of the defensive end and then running the football to get the first down once again.
Yeah, Matthew Kloffenstein is a people mover. A couple of Oklahoma State Cowboys shaken up on the play. That's Tajay McCoy walking off, but the bigger concern is their top edge threat, Jaleel Johnson, is getting checked out. Hopefully that's just cramping.
Definitely a toasty day this afternoon. These guys have prided themselves on how they play in the second half this year. At home versus UT Martin, at home last week against Tulsa. Tulsa jumped on them early. Defense settled in. Trying to settle in right now and forced a field goal attempt here on the 11-yard line.
Meanwhile, Baylor has found themselves in too many tight games against elite competition. Auburn, SMU, Arizona State, two of those CFP teams from last year. Knighton hit hard, flag is down. And it's going to be a hold against Baylor.
Holding. Offense number 69. 10-yard penalty. Still first down.
'69.
Oh yeah.
Bad position, wraps around. I still don't know why Trigg is not out there. See him on the sideline for Baylor. They ran frustrated with obviously the penalties there inside the red zone.
Still considered a red zone drive, even the ball being spotted outside the 20 now. And we got another penalty. Bring up the red zone trips because Baylor in the red zone for the 4th time. They've scored touchdowns on their first 3 trips.
False start. Offense number 72. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Wilson had the opening touchdown on the first drive for Baylor. Washington came back with a 19-yard touchdown. Kloffenstein with a 6-yard catch from Robertson. Trigg with a touchdown catch. And Prentice, the big one, 73. There is tight end in motion. Nowhere to go. Wendell Gregory lives in the opponent's backfield.
I mean, he jumps off on tape. When you watch number 4 play, it's there. You talk about the 3 sacks in game 1. It's just the attention to detail as this young man continues to play more and more football. You're going to see those type of plays more often.
These guys are having fun. Something that Doug Meacham urged them to do coming into this game. Robertson, the slant to Cameron. Cameron staying up, man, he is so hard to bring down. One of the most physical receivers. Kevin, thank you. Huge play, 3rd and 18. Robertson into traffic and broken up by Oklahoma State. Jacoby Oliphant. Good the breakup.
Well, we talked to Dave Aranda this week and even brought it up as well as we go back to the great defensive play here in the red zone. Getting that hand in there, but man, the longer you keep this team in it, the more they're going to continue to gain confidence at home. One to prove something after all the craziness this week.
Hawkins 0 for 1 today, missed from 53. This much more manageable at 36. Kick is up and it's sliding but staying true. And that takes us to a 2-score game, 38-27. Baylor leads now. They've learned a lesson. Josh Cameron, 5th-year senior, brought this up to us in preparation for this game. Back in 2021, Gary Patterson was fired. Jerry Kittle takes over as interim head coach. And if you're Baylor, you're probably thinking, we steamroll these guys. That was a fantastic Baylor team. Not so much. TCU beats the Bears 30-28, and that's something, look, a lot of these teams, a lot of the players from that team, they're not on this current team, but Josh Cameron was, and he can deliver that warning.
Yeah, he was on a text message thread with a bunch of the guys on the team and said, guys, we are not letting that happen. We have to focus regardless of what's going on there at Oklahoma State. We need to take care of our business this week leading up to this matchup going on the road. And offensively they have, and now it's the defense's turn to see if they can go out there and get another 3 and out, possibly a turnover as well.
Chandler Morris was a quarterback for TCU. He had himself a game last night
Chandler
for
Morris.
UVA.
That's what happens when you play 6 years of college football.
6, why stop there? Get the Diego Pavia plan. Just keep playing. Lord.
You're talking about Baylor. Not let that happen again.
Last drive belonged to Trent Howland. Floors hit as he throws and was trying to find Shamar Rigby. So Howland had the pass, like he threw the pass to set up his own touchdown run to make it an 8-point game. Baylor responded with a touchdown, and this is classic Big 12 football, baby.
Look at the yards per play, 9.1 and 6.1 for each team.
Fields and Howland in the backfield together. And it's going to be Fields with the carry.
That's the problem, man. When this team has not been successful on first down, really put themselves in these situations of 3rd and long, and Baylor's been mixing it up defensively. You've seen some 3-down fronts. You've seen some pressure from corners. You've seen some nickel pressure as well.
But can ill afford a 3 and out here. There was 3 and outs before the touchdown drive to start the second half. Going to the screen. Fields still trying to jitterbug his way free, and he does. Cutting back, clips the ref, still going to the 45-yard line. I don't want to say something out of nothing, but get more than what was presented in front of you.
Yeah, they're actually going to drop 8 in the coverage, and I think that's more than what it's definitely what you were initially going to say, making something out of nothing there because he had 2 defenders ready to take him down short of the line to gain. Floors
taking a shot, overthrowing.
He's just got to be more accurate with these passes. I mean, this is something that the coaching staff was, Harpin was his strength, pushing the ball vertically down the field and excited to get these receivers some more one-on-one opportunities, and he has just been extremely off with passes down the sidelines.
Where does he look best in the pass game?
Some of the intermediate stuff he's been better at.
Caleb Hicks, the carry, transfer from Oklahoma. Problem is, it took you a little while to think about that, which means like there's not any concepts that just jump out.
There's nothing that jumps out, yes. And I hope that didn't sound like I'm super down on the young man. He has played better today than in games past, but I will go back to it. Some receivers out there have to make some plays as well. He's not working with a Des Bryant right now.
A lot of pressure on this man, 3rd-year player, redshirt freshman, had foot surgery a year ago. Haas Haney down with injury, and it's now Zane Floor's show until Haney returns. Still expecting him to get back later this season. And that's going to set up 4th down. This seems like we're in that area of the field
I would
game
go for it.
where you got to go for it.
Yeah, I think you're down 2 scores. The way Baylor's offense can score points themselves, I do.
And what do you got to lose at this point?
Exactly, that too. Yeah, don't agree with this one. This is an opportunity. It's 4th and manageable too. It's not like you're 4th and 10 plus here.
Unless we got something crazy here with Wes Paul getting set to punt.
Yeah, but you know Baylor's on high alert right now. This is not the time to fake it.
And it's a straight up punt. Paul had some serious hang time, and camera mumps it, but it's out of bounds around the 10-yard line, so no harm, no foul there. So a 4th and medium, decide to punt it. Defense touchdowns. He's taken over the national lead from Francisco Mendoza. Here's an outside run, and running out of room is Caden Knighton.
For this offense right now, I think it's going to try to be more of the same. Run the football, start eating up some of this clock here in the 4th quarter. This is not going to help.
Holding offense, number 69. Half the distance to the goal, still first down.
And also a notable absence on the field for the Baylor offense. Got a report during the break from Lauren Sisler that the star tight end, Michael Trigg, at one point went to the medical tent to get checked out by the Baylor staff.
Yeah, he looked like he wanted to get in the previous possession. And coach staff was holding him back. We kept bringing up, when is he going to get in, when is he going to get in? It looks like something else is going on.
Backed up at the 5. And just sifting through traffic is Michael Turner. Getting out of the shadow of the end zone. Excuse me, Joseph Dodds getting some action. Redshirt freshman with only his 4th carry of the season. Robertson to throw. And to his back, out of the backfield, and Dodds, his first catch of the day, 2nd of the season.
A big 3rd down here, especially for this defense, to be able to get good field position back for their offense right now and save time on that clock as well. There's moments when you love to have Trigg on the field. Who are you going to go to now for Sawyer Robertson?
Yeah, Trigg, the leading receiver on 3rd down. It's the other tight end, Matthew Kloffenstein, who has his first touchdown catch of the season in this game. And huge pickup there on 3rd.
That's a monster pickup. Really, no one's expecting the backup tight end to really come in there and be the difference maker on that 3rd down without Trigg on the field, but he finds a way in that skinny slant to get open for the big 1st down.
Oklahoma State elected to punt on a 4th and 5. A flag is down as Dodds gets the carry. And it's going to go against Baylor, so move that back.
Holding, offense, number 69. 10-yard penalty, still first down.
Let's take a look at
Michael Trigg, by the way, is out of the medical tent. No word on his condition, whether we will see him return, but certainly that is a guy that Baylor needs to achieve their dreams of having a run in the Big 12.
Yeah, and you talked to Oklahoma State, you know, they kept saying like, hey, he's the guy with all these receivers. No, it's about the tight end. We have to find a way to slow him down. He's been battling some shoulder injuries over the past couple of weeks, but definitely going to need him healthy in Big 12 play.
Here's Sawyer Robertson throwing on the run. Complete ball is out, but called incomplete. Popped out of the hands of Ashton Hawkins.
So I'll say this, I really like the receiving core, but they're not big guys. They're mostly these slot receivers, quick receivers that should be able to get balls like that one, catch it, and get a few extra yards, but you need that big presence, that big 6'3", 6'4" guy, and they don't have that right now.
Well, that's why Michael Trigg is such a valuable part of this offense. He does have that size.
Offense, number 74. Penalty is declined, 2nd down.
Declining the penalty, saying we got him backed up far enough. Take that loss down, 2nd and 20. Robertson, 4 touchdown passes. He's got 17 on the season. Now just trying to move the sticks and going to Josh Cameron, who takes it up to the 22-yard line, so a yard shy of the original line of scrimmage, and it's 3rd down.
I think they just keep on these 3rd downs playing super soft zone coverage, and Sawyer Robinson's been able to find ways multiple times to get completions. Just like to see a little bit tighter coverage from the secondary.
Michael Trigg is back on the field. He's in the slot to the left side of the formation. Robertson looking that way, finding Trigg, sideline, makes the catch, palming that thing. That is a create a player beast mode catch.
And just working, staying alive, stay alive, and that's the difference right there. When you have a receiver / tight end body that you can throw it high, up and over a defender, and you trust that he's gonna be able to snag that football with those giant hands. Hey, if he only has one play left in this game, that was well used.
He was waiting for the right time to get back
perfect
on
time.
the field. If it's third down or red zone, it's Michael Trigg time. A potential backbreaker for Oklahoma State. And a patient run, just trying to find some daylight is Michael Turner.
Well, not only does that obviously flip the field and get them into positive territory, it's going to continue to bleed time off this clock. So a major win for that offense and for this defense, which has been battling their butts off this second half. Demoralizing to see one come in just for that play and be able to get them into plus territory.
Turner. And he is tackled at the line of scrimmage. Suwinna makes a stop. Third down, but this is certainly 4-down territory for Baylor with the way that Jake Spavital runs this offense. Paddle people trying to make all the noise they can. Crowd well below capacity, but the ones that are here.
I would not be surprised to see a run right now. So if I'm Oklahoma State, they're getting to a bare front, creating a bunch of one-on-ones up front, also anticipating a run play from this offense.
Knighton, the freshman out of Oklahoma. What a cutback to pick up the necessary yards. Caden Knighton, bright future in the Baylor backfield.
Well, Oates finds a way into the backfield. Big 99 has a chance to get the TFL. Maybe a little bit of a grab on the outside, but get away with it. And you alluded to a little nice cut, put the left foot in the ground, get north and south, able to get the first down.
And this drive is why the decision to punt near midfield was a head scratcher for Oklahoma State. Robertson, some touch, a lot of contact, and there is the flag. That's going to be PI on J.K. Johnson, who was fighting with the go-to receiver, Josh Cameron.
When we talk about the size of some of these receivers, Cameron is more that physical, big body receiver that you feel like you have to put hands on defensively.
Pass interference, defense number 1, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Cameron leads the Big 12 with 7 contested catches, which speaks to the physical nature of his game.
Yeah, he forces you to have to play physical on the outside, and still don't really know if I love that call defensively there, or by the referees on the defense.
Still don't know how his lone offer out of Cedar Park High School was a D2 program in South Dakota. 10th play of the drive. Sawyer Robertson looking for touchdown number 5. May get it here, one-on-one. A lot of contact and another PI. Looking for Ashton Hawkins, Kel Smith, guilty party.
Kel Smith just got beat immediately and was just in retreat mode, just find a way to get back there. And he's probably thinking penalties better than a touchdown. Ball was significantly underthrown, and another pass interference for this defense.
Pass interference, defense number 10. The foul occurred in the end zone. If I roll the ball, they point to the yard line. First down.
Yeah.
I mean, at that point, there's just nothing much you can do defensively. It's either, hey, give up the touchdown because I got beat off the line of scrimmage, or find a way to catch up, knowing that it's most likely going to be pass interference with an underthrown football.
And we got a timeout. Oklahoma State.
First charge timeout.
Just wonder right now what's going through Doug Meacham, the interim head coach's head. Is he second-guessing cusp of a 400 passing yard performance, potentially 5 touchdowns? He's been awesome. Knighton is his running back. Knighton will not get it. Robertson using the legs for the first time. And Baylor adds 6.
It all started with the big play. Trigg came in for 1. He gets in the plus territory. Couple PIs later. And Sawyer Robinson, who's been doing everything through the air, finds a way on this one to get it done on the ground. And I tell you what, we've seen some fight from Oklahoma State all afternoon, but that may have been the final straw.
Sawyer Robertson with his first rushing touchdown of the season, something that Baylor fans have actually been clamoring him to do more. Run the rock. Robertson listens, Baylor better because of it, 44-27. Bears, 6:31 left for Oklahoma State. Trying to make this closer. Floors to Terrell Davis. Still go back to decision-making process. I know you're an interim head coach. There's a lot going on, but 4th and 6 near midfield.
Go for it. You're down 2 scores. You're going against one of the most explosive offenses in the country. You got to take those risks if you want to give yourself an opportunity to win the football game.
Well, that's Shamar Rigby, who's had a solid outing. Came in with 5 catches for this Oklahoma State team. Rigby up to 5 catches in this game alone. $27 points, though. That's obviously a positive for Oklahoma State. Had just 15 total in their last 3 games against FBS teams. Second half, that's where the offense broke down. A little tippy toe by Royal Capel on the sideline.
Just got to find more ways going forward. Was this one not complete? Just a little bit outside on the corner route, late by the quarterback. But have to get creative down the field, and it can't be just trick plays over and over again.
That kept him in this in the first half. Sam Jackson had a touchdown pass. That's complete to Capel. Then we saw Howland throw a pass, which ultimately set up a Howland touchdown run, and willing to use that wildcat a lot more than we've seen all season long.
And let's give credit to Baylor. I thought Baylor finally started doing things to where they weren't just sitting in a 4-man rush, playing 2 high safeties. We've seen a ton of three down front, bringing a variety of blitzes, really mixing it up. And I thought this defense has grown this afternoon.
Complete to Gavin Freeman. It's been a quiet day for Freeman. Most catches on the team, 2nd most yards.
Because I don't want to get lost. Obviously, we've talked a lot about Gunny today, but this is a Baylor team that obviously a tough loss against Arizona State, but still going to be a contender in this league when it's all said and done. The big thing that's going to hold them back is the defense. And once again, I think this defense has grown schematically here in the second half.
4th down. Now the Pokes go for it. Throwing on the run to Gavin Freeman, and Freeman is hit short. He lunged forward with a second effort. I believe he was down, though, before he had a chance to lunge, as DJ Coleman was there with the stop. And the mark right now is short.
Yeah, I think both ways he's short. I think he stays up.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but I think with the second effort, I don't know if he got there.
Or is his right foot out of bounds? He's up, up, up. Does the left knee come down?
The ruling of the runner being short of the line of gain is under further review.
So taking a look at this. Yeah, Baylor, though, they've proven a few things. They're battle-hardened. I mean, their early schedule, brutal. 2 teams from the playoff last year, and SMU and Arizona State. That Auburn team is really,
it's a good Auburn
really
team.
good. Now they get into Big 12 play. The question, though, because the offense is proven, what are they going to get for the defense? Are they healthy enough to make a run? So taking another look at this, does the left knee come down? Is that right toe?
He does extend for the line to gain, though, so if he is in bounds and up, does not go down, second effort, yeah, we get some backside looks about where that right toe is. Does it stay in bounds or not? So all eyes on this right toe. Right.
No, the left knee is down, though. The left knee is down. So the right toe
Doesn't matter at
is
that point.
irrelevant. Yep, because the left knee is down. That's going to stand.
Further review.
Upheld.
The field is upheld. First down, Baylor.
And go back to Baylor real quick. You look at their schedule. You talk about Auburn, obviously an SEC team to get things going, a good SEC team, and then 2 playoff teams from a year ago. But moving forward, their schedule is not as intimidating as the first part of it. So if you can figure out this defense, there is a chance this team is right there in contention for Big 12 championship at the end of the season.
Linebacker's going to be a problem. Losing Travion Barnes to the ankle surgery, that's a big blow. Phoenix Jackson also out for the year with a foot injury.
I think we've learned some things too about this offense today. Obviously, we know the receivers and Trigg, and hopefully Trigg is you find a way to get him fully healthy for the season. But you're starting to build some depth at the running back spot, at least with these 2 freshmen, Nayan and Turner, to take some of the beating for Washington, because you're going to need him down the stretch to be as healthy as possible.
Only thing this offense is missing is the point that you made moments ago. They don't have the long receiver on the outside. They got really good receivers.
But this is an offense that you would love in every offense you would, but they still want to spread you out and kind of be like basketball and pitch it out to these guys quickly and get them in space.
Michael Turner.
Well, they got one thing we do know they have is a really, really talented quarterback in Sawyer Robinson, who has had another terrific day throwing the football. And you can build around that, obviously, and trust that he is going to be a guy that continues to protect the football. And look at these numbers today, just under 40 yards, 5 total touchdowns. And those 4 touchdown passes to 4 different receivers just shows you how good they are on the outside, how good he is facilitating, getting the ball to everyone.
See numbers like that, and it's like, no way this is a balanced offense. But they really try to be balanced. And not just Bryson Washington, who's a stud. I mean, that's one of the best running backs in the Big 12. LG Martin from BYU certainly in that conversation as well. But Caden Knighton is serving a big role. You can't survive now in college football with just one really good running back. You have to have somebody else. And Knighton flashed last week against Arizona State. This was another step in the right direction. He's had to be big with no Dawson Pendergrass.
And I think it's building the trust from the coaching staff that, hey, I know I'm a freshman, and I'm not going to just be gifted more playing time. I got to go out there and earn it. So, yeah, Nayan is definitely one that has earned it over the past 2 weeks, that he deserves more consideration going forward to take some pressure off Washington.
Baylor will have to snap this before the 2-minute timeout. And it's Robertson with the keep again. Touchdown on his last run, first down on this run. And we go to the 2-minute timeout. Baylor closing in on Big 12 win number 1. ESPN app. Laura Galindo, Aaron Murray, Lauren Sisler as Baylor out of the 2-minute timeout, going to Joseph Dodds on the ground, trying to put this one on ice. Now the big questions will be for Oklahoma State, where does the coaching surge go? Looking for a coach that can galvanize the fan base, get aligned with the boosters and the alum, and steer this Cowboys program into a new era that's entirely different of what we're accustomed to in college football, where NIL and transfer portal have to be one and have to be a priority. You can acknowledge that it's not the way you used to do it, but if you refuse to play that game, you don't give your team a chance to be competitive.
You're going to fall behind. And I think from a rev sharing perspective, they are all on board with using the money that they are allotted. It's just the other ways in which you can get players, obviously. And I still think it's a good brand, and you're in an exciting league, and I think you have to obviously attract a coach first off. I think that's going to be the biggest thing. Can you get a coach that wants to come in here, take over this program, grow it back to what it can be? And I think that starts with building an exciting brand of offensive football. There's no doubt about it. We heard it from Brandon Whedon as well. Offense and bringing in that style is going to attract players to come to this program once again.
Third down, it's going to be short, but that should take us to the end of the game, as Baylor will win its 5th straight on the road. 2019 the last time they did that. They have not had success here in Stillwater. Just 2-13, the home of the Polk since 1972. Dave Aranda, there was some heat around his job and needed a win like this, and he delivers. For Oklahoma State, down at 8 at the half, they battled, decided not to go for it on 4th and 6 near midfield. Baylor did the rest from there, and it's a first Big 12 victory for Dave Aranda this season.
Yeah, it's a big win.